Denver 7 On Demand is brought to you by Ferguson and BAC Appliance Center, the best in bath, kitchen, and lighting for your home.
I'm Ann Trujillo with the latest from Denver 7. It is Election Day here in Denver. Incumbent Mayor Michael Hancock and former Rhino Art District President Jamie Gillis have traded some harsh words and political ads over the past couple of weeks. Those commercials highlighting Gillis's diversity gaffes over not being able to explain what the NAACP stands for and past social media comments. Hancock's been targeted for his alleged sexual harassment of a former member of his security detail. Both candidates say they are ready to move past the personal attacks and let the voters decide who will be mayor.
It's too important to sit on the sideline. We've got to show up in this city, vote for the future of Denver, vote for continued progress, and vote for really, affirming that Denver is headed in the right direction.
This is an opportunity to really bring a fresh vision and culture to City Hall. Denver has grown up very fast, and we need leadership that's strategic, that's thoughtful, that's inclusive.
Denver voters are also deciding on Initiative 302, which would force Denver to ask voters to approve the use of taxpayer money before any future Olympics bid. This initiative has rare support from both local Democratic and Republican parties.
The big risk is that the city is always responsible for cost overruns, for guaranteeing to cover cost overruns. So that's sort of this blank check that folks are worried about.
The opposition says the initiative is too broad with unintended consequences and saying the group behind the initiative is misinformed about the risks. They say there's little information about potential cost to taxpayers for hosting an Olympic Games. Right now on the DenverChannel.com, we have a list detailing all the races Denver voters will decide, all city council races, the clerk and recorder's race. All the information is posted there, and we'll, of course, have full analysis tonight on Denver 7 at 10. And we will have results streaming on our Denver 7 apps for Apple TV, Amazon Fire, and Roku when the polls close, starting at 7 p.m. It is moving day for homeless campers along the South Platte River, and the issue now is making sure they have somewhere to go and that they won't return at a later date. Now, this has been an issue for months in Inglewood. In early May, someone was stabbed, and businesses and homeowners alike have complained they just don't feel safe.
At times, there's people that don't want to stop at my business for fear of what they see, along the river and in this area.
It's a lot of people and it's a lot of stuff, so I don't know where everybody's planning on going. There's not enough resources for the homeless around in the metro area.
Groups have offered to take these campers to shelters and provide them with food and medical care. It's unclear if all will take them up on the offer. And as for the South Platte itself, full cleanup of the stretch between Hampden and Evans is expected to take weeks. Longmont police are saying as little as possible about what led them to exhume a body from a Greeley cemetery today. Denver 7's Megan Lopez has been working for hours to get answers.
A neighbor who lives right across the street from this cemetery says that Longmont police showed up here around 6 this morning and then put up police tape and locked the gates and didn't let anyone into this area. They stayed here for about 6 hours and exhumed a body from this gravesite that you can see right down this row, right where that dirt is turned up. This cemetery, Lynn Grove, is in Greeley, and it's about a 30-minute drive from Longmont. People who work nearby say they saw both Greeley and Longmont police here. The site that investigators dug up belongs to a couple, one of whom passed in 2010 and the other who passed away last March. Longmont police have been very quiet about this, only saying that it's part of an ongoing investigation. A neighbor we spoke with says that she saw police using drones, and there were a lot of investigators here.
They dug up the grave, and I guess they did whatever they had to do and then put the casket back in the ground.
We arrived as Longmont police were leaving, and we watched their mobile command unit pull out from the cemetery itself. We also watched as cemetery workers then refilled that gravesite with dirt. Longmont police tell me that they did not actually take a body from this cemetery when they left. We reached out to them for more information, as well as to the Boulder County District Attorney's Office. We filed open records requests to try to figure out why this body was exhumed, and we'll let you know what we find out. In Greeley, Megan Lopez, Denver 7.
Adding more electric cars to Colorado streets may be easier said than done. Right now, the state is set to adopt California's strict emission standards by the year 2022. Automakers wanted to work out an alternative approach that would still make everyone happy, but today CDOT revealed they were not able to come to an agreement. CDOT does remain optimistic everyone will be able to work together and says it expects to see more electric cars for sale in Colorado as soon as next year. course, why drive when you can take a scooter? Fort Collins will again consider how electric scooters should be regulated at tonight's City Council meeting. Primarily, they're working out the kinks on safety and parking, and if all goes well, e-scooters will launch by late summer. And now from the First Alert Weather Center, here's Mike Nelson.
And we have a little change in weather coming up tonight. It'll be a cold front moving through the area by early morning, just bringing slightly cooler air but higher humidity. Low temperatures will drop down to the upper 40s to low 50s on the plains, 30s and 40s in the mountains. Cool start to the day, partly cloudy, but then the clouds increase with isolated showers developing by lunchtime and some locally heavy rain possible along this front that will stall over the central part of the state. Highs will be in the 70s in the Denver, Fort Collins, Greeley area, 50s and 60s expected in the mountains. So afternoon storms likely Wednesday and again Thursday. Warmer and drier Friday and Saturday back into the 80s. Breezy and cooler, but not much moisture Sunday, and then 77 Monday and back to a chance of storms and 80 next Tuesday.
Thank you, Mike. And this has been your Denver 7 On Demand update. Thank you so much for joining us. And check back here later tonight for another update and download the Denver 7 app for breaking news and alerts. I'm Ann Trujillo.